and welcome to another episode of the FAB Life. And I am so privileged to have Lance Parvin with me right now. Oh my gosh!
For having me. Thank you.
Oh, avec plaisir, monsieur. The pleasure is all mine. Look at me clutching my phone.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
That's awesome. Lance actually interviewed me in his program, Saved by Grace. He is my brother in the social media shows network, as well as a brother in Christ.
Amen.
Yes. And, when I started the show, Fab Life, I told them, since they all know me on Facebook, that I am obsessed with Jesus. I am so obsessed with him, and, because he's the one brought me out of darkness.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Yeah, and it's such an amazing feeling. So I wear my heart on my sleeves when it comes to my faith.
That's good. I wish more people did that. I think a lot of people, and I think you inspire a lot of people because they go, wow, he's not ashamed of his faith. I think more people, they want to say something, but they're kind of held back by what man's going to think. And I go, do you really care what man's going to think or what God Almighty
is going to think? You guys might be thinking, like, what are you guys doing talking about Christianity and spirituality in a show called The Fabulous Life? Well, I said it in my first episode, and I'm going to say it again, that my talent, my skill, and my ability all comes from the Lord. My love and my passion for designing the art, comes from the Lord, because God is the architect. He is the supreme designer. I'm just, a glimmer. Or his brushstroke here on earth. I'm not even his brush.
No, it's a great point, because too often we forget it's a gift. Well, who gave us the gift?
Yes.
And when we stop glorifying ourselves and we actually take a step back and go, wait a minute, I need to be thankful for this gift and glorify him, and that changes everything. I think it makes our gift sharper.
Yeah.
We can use it to help people, and it's a very eye-opening experience. It kind of shows your purpose more clearly.
I think what happened is that there's a stigma to people that think Christianity is confined in a religious box. But once you get God out of that box, then you'll be seeing something like super awesome.
Absolutely.
Like you'll be your minds are going to be blown away. It's going to be like, like watching a sci-fi movie come to life, or going to that rock concert and how you worship that rock star in that concert. That's the experience that you're going to get.
Well, it's funny we compartmentalize God, but that would be like all you have in fashion is plaid. And you're like, what?
Oh my God.
And you're like, look at this, I'm pulling out fashion. There's so much more. And when a person just sees one-dimensional, and you go, no, the Lord's all over. And you're sitting there staring at the box, and he goes, I'm over here. He's trying to get your attention, but it changes the reality. And I think there's a lot of preconceived notions with faith, and who it's called, and what they look like, and what's a Christian. And that's the thing, is that Christian simply means Christ-like, and that messes people up when they go, what do you mean? I follow Christ.
What do you mean?
And they go, but what are you? And I go, I follow the Lord. And so, again, because a person can't, and you probably see this in fashion, because they can't categorize you, it makes people nervous. We're not Linnaeus with a classification system, say a little scientific term, is that everything doesn't have to be understood and classified. Some things are unclassifiable. And that makes it, I think that's where inspiration also comes from, because if you're thinking, I just have to work with corduroy, and you can never get away from that. You go, well, wait a minute, I'm limited. Why are we putting these limits on ourselves?
Yeah, that's right. And like going back to what I said in my first show, this show is like my alabaster box. I identify with that simple woman, that sinful woman who wiped Jesus' feet with her hair, and the costly, alabaster perfume. So it was sheer extravagance, and that is what the art and fashion world, to me, it's extravagant. It's $1 billion industry, and it's like out there, like it's like think Rodeo Drive, Park Avenue, if that was rolled into an alabaster box, I'd like to offer that back to God.
That's beautiful. Arts. It's like an artsy show. It's good. No, it's a great analogy for being grateful for what we've been given. I think too often we become very, I was boastful, prideful, and then when you're humbled, you go, Lord, I couldn't do any of this stuff without you, and it shines outwardly, and sometimes people don't understand. Eventually, they do, but they start seeing that there's a change, and it's almost like there's like a shine to you when it's like, what's changed? It's like, oh, I got the joy of the Lord. And people can't, they can't see that, but they're like, there's something going on there. There's something going on.
So I'd like to know what you were before you encountered the Lord.
Oh boy, what a great question. I was a catastrophe of a person, and really, I tell people that I was just a sinner that said yes. I did all this stuff. I was an atheist for 20 years. I was raised in Catholicism and in Judaism, and I had a lot of questions. No one could answer either one. And so that kind of put me on the point of intellectuality. Yes. And I did very well in the world. I was embraced by it, made a lot of money, doing all the wrong things. That's the funny thing, is that people say, well, why would you be rewarded for doing the wrong things? I go, well, look at the world. Yeah. And so a few years ago in 2015, so this went on for a while, and I'm 36 now. I was 33 at the time, and my wife passed away.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah. I went to a very dark place, invited in demonic stuff, and then one night Jesus comes. Now that throws people off. What do you mean he came? I go, well, I had no horse in the race. So that throws different, they'd be like, wait a minute. I go, the other ones didn't show up. I go, he did. And he laid out my life in a tapestry, and I could see every decision I made at once. And that's hard for a person to think about. But I go, think about your whole life flashing before your eyes. Yes. But not flashing, staying there. And you see everything. Wow. At one time, all the mistakes, the people that have sown seeds at one time, and it's humbling because you're like, wait a minute. First I was like, you're real? Wow. And that'll break in half, and then you start to question everything. And so he answered a lot of questions that I had, because I used to be bad, to say the least. And
hold that thought for 1 second. How was that experience? Did you see it like a screen in your mind?
Tapestry. Funny, because it actually was a tapestry. It was like a quilt laid out, and each patch had a point of my life, and I could see people that were there that had sown seeds at once. And so it's weird because there's time goes away, and you're just sitting there like, what is going on here? And so it's you just fall down, you break down, and you're like, and so that was the beginning. And he answered questions about stuff because it's so overwhelming when you have that experience to see that in a glimmer of time, you're wrong. Your life is a lie. Which as smart as you think you are, and whoever the world has been, rewarding you for, it's a lie. So I would like to say I was the smartest stupid person. I knew because I didn't know the Lord. I do all this other stuff. I knew all this other stuff. I did medical things and biomechanics, and none of it mattered. At that moment, you'd see that none of it mattered. And that's oftentimes when we actually see how little we know, is when you're confronting death, when you're confronting the reality that there's more than this, and you say, well, wait a minute, maybe I should start to focus on the important things and not the unimportant things. And so at that point, he answered some questions for me, because I used to, go after people. I have a gift of speech. And I used to kind of say, well, how can you have divine intervention and free will? That makes no sense. Like, you can't have both. And he goes, well, here's the thing. Divine intervention are the options that you're given each day. Right. Free will is what you choose. Because I'm not making the choice for you. You are. Like when Joshua said, choose this day who you will serve, because we are making a decision each day. And people say, well, I don't know if I can believe that. I go, well, then why when a child steals something, they try to hide it? Because we know truth in our heart. We don't have to be taught stuff. We already know that. Truth was put in us. And how are you going to argue with God? Yeah, you ever try to do that?
I just had a visual of a child, getting caught with its hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, it wasn't me. And
it wasn't me.
And you don't have to teach them that. They immediately start rational. Well, we're no different. We're children. And so we start seeing, when that's shown to us, the reality of it. The reality of it.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
It's life-changing. It was definitely life-changing because it did a 180. And so when people see how I was, the ones who actually can see, and they're like, some are like, what happened to you? Most people that know me now, they go, there's no way you were bad. I go, no, I was worse than you think. And so I think that throws people off, very similar to the story of Paul, who was killing Christians. Yes. And one of the most well-known apostles that was out there, completely rebellious, didn't have a normal source of checking with the thing. He went completely against the system of things. But that's why God calls who he calls.
Yes, and that one of my favorite passages by the Apostle Paul was when he said, I know that Jesus Christ came to save sinners, of whom I am chief.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And also that he did not choose, the intelligent ones, but the foolish,
And
so
it talks about the things of this world are foolishness to God.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You start seeing it. So when a person says, well, why would he call you? And he goes, well, this is who I can reach. What better person to send out there, and especially when you've done so much, one who has sinned more is forgiven more.
Yes.
We appreciate more, loves more.
And once again, that ties down to the woman with holding the alabaster box.
Mm-hmm.
And the religious, righteous people looked down on her, because she was a woman of ill repute in their eyes.
Yeah. And how much more now? Do people do the same thing? Because again, none of us are righteous, not one.
We've
all fallen short.
Not one, yeah. Yeah, and I have no problem sharing my past, because he's granted me that power.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a freeing thing.
It's a freeing thing.
We won't spoil that for people, but between the word, people forget that revelation that you're saved by the word and your testimony.
Yes.
And that shows proof of concept of how, like, what has Christ done for you? Let me tell you. And that changes everything.
Oh my goodness, this is really amazing.
No, we always have fun. We're talking.
Yeah. So that's it for my first segment, and we'll come back for more of Lance Parvin on my second segment here in the Fab Life.
Thank you, man. You enjoying the show, baby?
Yes, I do. I guess you like this honey, huh?
That's some good honey, baby. That's not the honey I want. I want this honey. Oh, yeah, baby. See, bet you can't compete with this, huh? That smells so sweet, baby. Oh, can you feel that? Oh, that's so good, girl. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's just soft. Oh, this is...
And welcome to the second segment of the Fab Life. I just love it when when the director starts counting down. I feel like a rocket ship about to be blasted off into 5, 4, 3, 2.
Countdown.
Yeah, countdown, and I'm like, oh my goodness, oh.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? It's like a blast off.
Yeah,
oh my gosh! So you encountered the Lord in such a powerful way. And so what happened afterwards?
Well, for the next year and a half, he taught me, he opened up my understanding to teach me Scripture. That's the funny thing. I never took theology class. I'm very unorthodox, as you know, when I talk with pastors and things like this. And it's very hard because to deny the Spirit of truth, you can't. You start learning this stuff. And when you're taught directly, there's a literal and a spiritual understanding of Scripture. And this is where man gets it wrong. Because not only do they want to compartmentalize, they want to try to explain everything. And God's an expert on His Word. We are not. And so when people try to interpret it to fit whatever construct they're trying, or maybe for control, it throws things off. When you're seeking him with an honest heart, he's going to give you it. And when you seek more is given. And so for the next year and a half, that's exactly what I did. And I was in the medical industry, preaching as I'm doing stuff. And in 2017, that came to an end. He gave me a revelation, which was not as pleasant as the first one, which is, you're giving me 50-50, and you need to give me 100%. Wow. And the other, it was a message. And so every time I talk to somebody else, I go, the second part of that message is, man does not have the time he thinks. And a test is coming upon humanity, where a person's going to be 100% of the world or the Lord. And as time has gone on, that's become more clear to me. But I stopped seeing patients that night. People say, well, that freaked a lot of people out. And they go, well, surely the Lord didn't give you this message. And I go, well, I surely wouldn't question what the Lord told someone else to do. But since that evening in early 2017, started a ministry and just been being led by the Spirit. And that's an act of, as people would call a leap of faith. I go, that's faith. Yes. That is the difference. That's faith. Any message that he gives anyone, you're qualified. Yes. He's not going to give you something and say, oh, go learn. He's like, you're qualified to carry this message. So whatever you've been through in your life, that is purposed. So then you're put in front of the people that you exactly have to speak to that can relate. And they're like, well, how do you understand this? Because I had to go through it. He's not going to have us speak in hypocrisy.
Oh my goodness!
So that's kind of where we're at today.
Yeah. So you have an organization right now. So tell me about is it like a charity organization?
Yes. In 2009, I was hit on by a drunk driver. I still didn't believe, and my spine was almost severed in half.
Oh my goodness!
And so from that point, the whole premise of the organization, we started in 2011, not realizing how I was healed or why I could walk or why I could move, was to use arts to empower and educate. And so we started working with my backgrounds in biomechanics, which just means movement, was to teach disabled kids, domestic violence victims, veterans, movement. So rather than showing and having a program that has to fit everyone, you're tailoring the program to fit people's needs. And so from that, we've branched out. There's a ministry aspect of it now, but we use all different kinds of arts, so not just movement arts, but visual arts, using all of these different things, because people learn, and that brings out their creative side. Too often the world says you have to learn this way. But when you have a gift, let's say for fashion, you see the world differently. Does it make it wrong? No, it's your perception of things. And so when you can teach someone what you've been shown, that's how someone else learns. We're not all sitting there like this. It's like this. But if the world tells you, you have to do it this way, people are doing things that are not, they know it doesn't fit. You're like, I don't want to be a computer tech person. I want to go, design things. And that's your calling. What your calling is, that's what you should embrace, because that's why you have gifts. If you're given the gift of song and someone tells you to go work on a call center, and you're like, unless I'm singing to everyone, this doesn't make sense.
I feel like the Lord is giving me a revelation right now through you, right in front of my audience.
Well, I'm just a messenger.
This is amazing. So I heard from the grapevine that you're going to the Philippines.
Yes, that's what I hear. That's what I'm told.
Okay.
And what we're doing there is building communities. We started it out here, tiny home communities, but not just shelter. We want to have a fully self-sufficient, self-sustaining community where you have shelter, you have ministry, you have education, and you have food. Because too often people will go overseas and preach. What they don't understand is there's more faith there than here, because they're seeing this stuff happen every day. Here it's like, tumors are falling off of people. I don't believe that. Well, when you've seen it, you know the Lord can do all things. And so when you help provide education with that, you're providing hope. And so within these communities, what we're doing is you're taking small plots of land and you're making people self-sufficient. So you're teaching them, but everything's being built in the community, like how we're supposed to live. Off the land, relying on God, but actually unification, like sharing these different ideas. And so we're starting in Manila, and then wherever he's taking us, because it seems to be continents that we're going to. We've been in, I don't know anything about the Philippines.
Mr. Worldwide.
What do I know about travel? I know a lot now, because you're going here, and I go, yes, Lord. But it's exciting, because I tell people when we've had meetings in the city hall, I walk in and I go, I don't know the first thing about building houses. That's why you know it's God. They would started laughing. But now it's not so funny, because they're seeing this stuff come to pass and they go, wait a minute, something's happening here. And so even with the project that we're doing locally, you have big names coming on Veterans Village to manage the project. You have ministries donating land. All this stuff is happening with no money. And so now the city's taking notice. They go, we've got to do something with this. But it's good. I don't care why they get involved, as long as they get involved.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're going to Mindanao? Is that
Mindanao, Manila, probably all over. I know we're flying into Manila. I get so far. We have land there. We have 2 acres. So to be able to build and using the natural resources in that area, bamboo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can make it to where whatever place you're at, you can use it. Even the construction here is very low cost. So mainly what it costs to build a house, you could build an entire community, which kind of throws people off. But then also providing services in the community. Yeah. Obviously, you have a little more lax and better soil to farm there. So you can now teach people to farm. And they can provide their own food. Yeah. You can provide education. So now there's a way out.
Oh, wow. So when are you flying?
End of June.
Oh, my goodness.
Seems to be, It's quick. It's coming fast.
So are you single right now, or are you?
I'm single.
My goodness! Watch out, Filipinas! Watch out! The lady killer is headed to the Philippines.
Lord have mercy.
They'll be like swooning over this lady killer.
Who's this? I'm like, no, I'm building houses. Help!
No, the Lord will shine through you mightily. I could see it now.
He does all the work. I give him all the credit, and with everything, when you start to understand it, I'm humbled by it, because I go, who am I? I was a mess. I was just a sinner that said yes, and so you start to tell everyone, it's never too late. I think too often people are told, well, I've done all this. I go, I did much more, and so you're like, he still cares about you. He loves you. He wants you home. You don't have to sit here and exist in this nonsense.
Right.
You can get pulled out of that darkness. Yeah. But who's going to tell them? Yeah. That's why people don't understand. I go, you're not here to sit in the break room. You have a job. You're on the clock.
I just love
You're on the clock.
Because I love sitting in the break room.
Oh, yeah. I did it for about 33 years.
Oh, my. And speaking about that mess, when I was a mess, or sometimes when I get like super tempted, I feel like I'm crawling towards God wounded. And one time I got a revelation. And as I was crawling in my spirit, he said, stop, be still, and know that I am God. I am behind you, and I am all over you. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah. He knows the whole story.
And it's my relationship with God has evolved throughout the years. It's not something boring that I go through season to season. It's the same thing over and over. There's always a revelation.
Yeah, and this isn't the ending. This is the beginning. And you said the key word. It's a relationship with him. People know of him. I go, Lucifer knows of him, but I go, there's no relationship there. That's what he wants, is a relationship with us, and we can have that through Christ. And people go, wait a minute, what? I go, now you see why man would get mad, because they lose control. When you can go directly to the creator of all things and go, here I am. Yeah. And that's hard for some people, I go, because that's what we've been taught. But we've been taught a lot of stuff that's not correct. And then you start to understand that. You go, okay.
I've recently learned the prayer of praying God's will. Because there was a time I was only religious but really didn't have that relationship. I was frightened, because I thought that God was a vengeful, wrathful God, that he was only out to get me and about to throw me, in hell. Like it's hell, fire, and brimstone.
No.
That's what I thought, but all that changed. It was like a kaleidoscope that was unfolding before my eyes. And I finally saw how much he loved me. And I just love sharing this with people, like mine, who have encountered the Lord.
Of course. It changes everything.
And also sharing it to people with unlike mind, people who don't, think like us, to show them, that God is not out to get you.
Yeah. And when you find the kingdom, you want to let people know there's plenty of room. That's what changes stuff. It's not about like, oh, there's only space for me. Yeah. As long as you woke up this morning, you have that same opportunity. People forget this. They're too busy trying to judge someone else. And I go, now's not the time for judgment. Even the demons know, have you come to test us before the time? Because we're under grace and mercy now. That time hasn't come.
I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking.
Calm down. It's going to be all right. We're not talking about plan.
No.
But I mean, that's the thing, is that people forget, is that you have so much time.
Yeah.
Meaning you have this day. And we forget. Too often we live in the past, we live in the future. The future is your imagination, and the past is gone. So he says, live in this day. And that's what happens, is the world teaches us how to hold on to the past, not let go, We can't forgive ourselves even though he's forgiven us. And the future, which is all worry. Meanwhile, he's telling you, I provide for you. I will cover your needs. So who are you listening to? Then you see it and you go, wait a minute, why am I putting nonsense above God? And that's too often what we're doing. And that's idol worship, period. It just means putting something before God.
Oh my goodness. So this has been amazing, powerful testimony. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing my testimony in your show.
I am too. It's going to be great.
His show is called Saved by Grace. I almost said Saved by the Grace.
But we were saved by the grace of her. It wasn't me.
So it's going to be amazing. We're going to miss you here in Las Vegas. Maybe you should bring us all with you.
Well, you guys are always invited. Something tells me we're building a big thing, so he's building a huge thing.
Maybe our producer Joe is going to bring us to the Philippines. He's behind the camera right now.
There you go.
So thank you for gracing my show.
That's good. I think a play on words. See?
Yeah.
Talented. I'm telling you.
Thank you. It's all him. It's all him.
Amen.
Yeah. Praise be he.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I'm talking like old school. Oh my God. I'm so excited for your trip.
Thank you.
I pray for traveling mercies, and may all the angels, uphold that jumbo jet all the way to the Philippines. Just had a visual with their wings.
Yeah, you see, like, oh, we're getting there. I didn't worry about stuff.
Yeah. Oh my! It's going to be amazing and adventurous trip.
Well, all these projects, he's when we're doing His will, it's blessed. You start to see it.
I can't wait to see your posts on Facebook about what God is doing and miracles He's performing.
We're going to need some fashion tips too, so we didn't have to send this.
Oh, absolutely! I'm all in. I'm all about fashion.
See? You heard it here first. Watch out, Philippines.
Yes, watch out.
He's coming back.
Well, watch out, Philippines, for the lady killer.
Lady killer. Oh boy! Someone's going to start saying it. I go, who told you this?
The killer in Manila.
He doesn't stop. It's so funny.
All right, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for Lance Parvin.
Thank you.
And God bless you, brother.
Bless you, brother.
Beastie Boys shirt right there. Yeah.
It's a shirt.
Fabulous.
Hi, this is Warlyn Huffy, better known as Wawa. Being in the industry for 27 years, it's so easy to talk and talk and talk. But having a family, just like social media shows, is a plus. More than a plus. You see, I have my voluptuous life, talking about my extraordinary life and the lives of those around me. And being crazy as Cece and Gizzy is something else. So why don't you be part of our family? Join social media shows. See you soon.
And welcome back to the third segment of the Fab Life. And here I am with two fabulous women, mother and daughter. That's right. And it's so amazing how we met. We actually met in my church, our church, Central Christian, and I, sat where I normally, that's my favorite spot.
And that's our favorite spot on Saturdays, because she's an usher.
Yeah.
I always get there early, and I'm like, this is my spot.
This is your spot. So now I know where to sit on Saturdays. And I'll probably be like, hey, can you save me that seat?
Yeah, just let me know.
Oh my gosh. So I got so excited. Well, first of all, let me backtrack just a little bit. I noticed that outfit that you wore.
It was
last
an elegant
Saturday.
Carly.
Yeah. And your outfit too.
Mine was a Carly.
Yes. And they were like, how do I say this in a good way, not in a bad way, like unusually fashionable, and I love that.
Yeah.
It's almost like that, the quirky designers, Betsy Johnson, Kate Spade, a lot of color. So, and I know
we like color. We do like color. Yeah.
And I know that you ladies are promoting a clothing line.
Right. So we are. I'm a fashion retailer for Lula Row, which is it's a big company.
Yes.
And we have probably about 30,000 consultants that are independent retailers.
Oh, okay.
So, like, for instance, this dress, this ream of fabric is like a one and done. Like, they only make 5,000 cuts of this fabric, right? And that's cut between dresses and skirts and shirts and everything like that. And when they're done, they're done. And so it's constant new, fresh prints.
Yes.
It's not the cookie cutter mall stuff.
It's amazing,
but it's also comfortable.
It's very comfortable
because
and very washable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wash it, hang it to dry, and good to go. And the price point is very good on it too.
Wow. That's amazing.
And it lasts a long time. If you have a problem with it, you send it back to your retailer. She'll either give you your money back or give you a new dress.
Wow.
That's, she's not going to be able to find that dress,
right?
Because they only make so many.
Yes.
But and we've been on 2 cruises with this company.
Oh my goodness! Wow. So you ladies mentioned that this is for independent retailers. Does that mean like I could do it and my director could do it?
Absolutely.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Anybody can do it. You just have to have the money to put up front. You have to have the space in your house.
Because you have to buy the inventory. We buy the inventory wholesale and then sell it wholesale from the company and then sell it retail to the customers.
Okay, and then you sell the products online?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of go live, like on Facebook, and I have a VIP group, which is my little community of customers, and which I just love them so much. And we go live on Facebook just like this, but it's more holding up the items. Oh my God, look at how cute! This one's a large. Who wants it?
Yes.
So it's more personal than just going into the mall and grabbing a shirt off the hanger that everybody else already has.
Yes, yeah.
It doesn't make you unique or different.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness! Look, I'm holding the card that she gave me that Saturday, and I'm holding it because I love it. It's so colorful.
It is. It is.
While I was on my way home.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. like I would always say, life is not meant to be lived in black and white.
That's true.
Meant to be lived in living color.
That's right.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That is true.
And on my way home while I was on the bus, I kept on looking at the card. I mean, look, it's quite hypnotic actually. If you do that. I was so hypnotized. Lula Row. I feel like a cheerleader for Lula Row.
Hey, I am. I'm the biggest cheerleader.
There you go.
Yeah.
They've been good to us. It's a great company for us. I mean, we've had good success with it. Like I said, they've let us go on 2 cruises and they've paid for it.
Wow.
I mean, what other company does
that? There's sales.
We have to meet the sales.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
No other company does that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Wow.
And it's just I can't say anything bad about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you have a problem, you email them and they take care of the problem.
Yeah, or you just call them. It's they're very good to us. They treat us as people that they truly care about, like a family, and not just numbers or. You know what I mean?
Not just figures and numbers,
right.
Which is very prevalent in working for...
Yeah, and then in turn, we pass that culture on to our customers, where they're people that, we love and care about, and it's not just about product all the time.
Yes, and because you ladies have such beautiful products. I mean, I've been through your, the Instagram account and Facebook, and I said, oh my gosh, look at all these colors, and
it's a nice dress.
Yes.
Like the one she wore to church
Yes.
is a nice dress for business.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah.
If you're going to do a job interview, if you're going to a wedding,
Yes.
it's a nice classic dress that she had on.
Yes.
This is just a very.
I love that.
This
I
is
love
a simple.
gold.
This
Yeah.
is a very simple dress.
Yes.
It's so comfortable.
Yes.
It's like wearing your nightie.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
because you don't
it's
have
simple.
to be
Yeah.
uncomfortable and constricted
Yeah.
to look cute.
Yeah. And
And I think that's what draws all the customers in is it's different, and it's cute and it's still comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they might make not that many of this dress, so if you see it, you better buy it because don't think
be
down
gone
the line
tomorrow.
you're going to find it.
I know.
Because you
Yeah.
might not find
Yeah. Yeah. And that happened
Urgency,
to me.
yeah.
One time I went to a certain store and then I saw a jacket and I didn't bring my wallet that day. So I said, the following day I'm going to come back for it. I came back the following day and the salespeople didn't even have a clue of what I was looking for. I said, it was here. It was hanging over
Right
here.
here.
Like, right here. And I even tried it on in front of the mirror. I know that I wasn't losing my head that day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the same thing with Lula Rao.
Yes.
Now we might get two of these dresses, but one might be an extra large and one might be an extra small. You know what I mean? So you might not be able to find your size. So if you like it, get it.
Oh, so it's like limited edition.
Yes, yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Oh my goodness. See, this is what I love about Lula Rao. It's like colorful, whimsical,
It is,
fun.
yeah. It is. It's fun.
Amazing, amazing. When I saw,
You feel confident
Yeah.
wearing it too.
yeah, when I saw these two women, I was like, oh my gosh, look at them. I mean, they look so colorful and very fashionable and stylish.
I feel like when you wear something cheerful,
Yes.
it changes your demeanor in that moment.
Thank
You know?
you. Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is so amazing.
And even though our church isn't a dress-up church,
yeah.
because I've been going to church since, oh my God, hey little kitty.
Yeah, that's Nala.
I've been going to church since I was a child in nursery.
Yeah, yeah.
But we always dressed up, not dress.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I just think that when we go to church, we should show up in a dress. That's just me.
Sunday best, yeah. Yeah.
And even if it's not your best, it should be
presentable.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
not look like you just rolled out of bed.
Right.
but our church is easy. Our church is so easy that you can
Yeah,
show up in
yeah.
anything. They just want you there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and that's the great thing about that church.
But
too.
the most fascinating thing is that I've been seeing a lot of fashionable people come to church. Even if like they wear jeans, they wear something really fashionable on top and the fashionable shoes and all that. So it's I love our church because of the diversity and the eclectic mix, rich dichotomy of people just going in there and the events.
Yeah.
That are, like we've had The Greatest Showman, and then there was
oh my God!
Star
Did you go to the
Wars.
circus that day?
I did, yeah, I did.
That was a good.
Well, actually, I wanted to see the movie with my friend.
You've never seen it?
I've seen it. Actually, that was the third time that I saw it, and
That's
they
my
took
favorite
us.
movie.
They drove us to the tent, and I was like, "No, we're not here to see the circus. We want to see the movie." Well, you're in the wrong spot. So we had to take the shuttle back.
No, that was a great movie.
It was, and yeah, speaking about color and kaleidoscope and all that, I mean, The Greatest Showman is all about that. Amazing. My first interview here, Lance Parvin was sharing to us, his vision, when God appeared to him. And he spoke about a colorful tapestry that appeared before his very eyes. And in each square, was his life. And it's funny that we were talking about tapestry. Now I'm with Lula Rao. And it's all about, it's like a tapestry of color and excitement.
It is, yeah.
Like Picasso painting or, some artist. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. So any pets? Yeah.
We do. We have a lot of pets.
Oh.
We have 4 dogs.
Uh-huh.
Mom has
My dogs are jerks. I have 2 dogs.
Oh no.
No. But we also, Mom has tortoises.
Okay.
That's her thing.
Yeah.
You know, so
we live together.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
so prehistoric. I sit out there in the morning and watch them eat. I go in the.
How large are they?
My biggest one is probably this big, and his name is Moses.
Oh.
Okay, and then I have a tiny one. She's over a year, but she's just tiny. Her name is Cora.
Oh, nice, beautiful name. Yeah.
Yeah, but
and we also have chickens and turkeys and stuff. So, Mom's my best friend. Like, we run our business together. We live together. We care for our animals together. You know, everything like that. So.
Oh my goodness.
We're very lucky that through LuLaRoe that we're able to spend so much time together.
I know, my gosh. Sounds like a fascinating way of, making money and having fun at the same time.
We're blessed. That's all I can say is we are very blessed.
Amen.
We're just in a good part in our life. Like, we're just blessed.
Yep.
You know?
And I would like to bless you even more, and I pray to God that this show will catapult you more into fame and fortune, and I know that this is prosperity with a purpose.
Yeah, it's shopwithserena.us.
There you go. There you go.
And Instagram is at LuLaRoe Serena. So.
Wow. So once you apply in LuLaRoe, they give you your own social media account?
No, we create that ourselves.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah. See, me and our director are thinking maybe we should set up a small portion of our house to LuLaRoe.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It doesn't. You have to try things in life. If you don't try, you don't know if you're gonna succeed. You have to try with everything. Yeah. You know, you can't be afraid to try, and it's hard sometimes to put yourself out there and try. It is very hard.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely days when we've scheduled a live, and I'm just like not feeling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, but that's part of the the circumstance of owning your own business is, you have to show up.
Yes.
And otherwise you don't get paid, right? Like if I'm not there to sell, then nothing sells.
Nothing sells, yeah.
But
and we have albums too that we put up.
Okay.
Like if you went to her page, you would see the albums and what we have for sale.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you have to have that discipline to follow through.
Wonderful. That's And this is our third segment, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right back with the fourth and last segment of the Fab Life.
Camera, action!
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Andre Jones, and I want to invite you guys to watch Maria at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday at Let's Talk World. Let me repeat that. Let's Talk World. Watching Maria at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. Folks, it's a great program, and I invite you to come over and watch it. Thank you very much.
Segment of the Fab Life, and here I am with Serena and Jeneline, and they own LuLaRoe. Yeah.
We don't own LuLaRoe. We sell LuLaRoe.
They sell LuLaRoe out of the confines of their beautiful home. Yes. Beautiful. So now I'd like, I was told that LuLaRoe was famous for the leggings.
Yes. Yes, that's what people know us for sure. So I refer to leggings as like a gateway drug to LuLaRoe.
Yes. A gateway drug. I love it. I love it.
That's what happens is usually people get, I'll get a pair of leggings.
Yes, yeah.
And then they get them, and they're the most amazing things you could ever have on your body. And then we can slowly introduce them to different things like dresses and the joy and things like that, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, people love the leggings. It's a little much for leggings now.
Yeah.
When it's 110 out in Vegas, but you know.
Maybe the Daisy Dukes.
No, not Daisy Dukes. It is
it's very conservative.
Okay.
It's very modest.
Yeah, it's very modest wear. Is what it is.
Yeah.
So now you ladies could promote the dresses instead, like the summer dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
the colorful.
This is a Carly.
Yes.
Which is like almost like a little t-shirt swing dress.
Yes.
And that's probably our best seller.
Wow, that's amazing. And what do you call this type of fabric again?
This is
you said it's
poly spandex.
Rima? Is it Rima? Or that's the print?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned a word in the beginning of
Carly? It's a Carly. This style is Carly.
Oh, okay.
Our owner, she named all the different styles after her grandkids and her children and members of her family. So everything has like a name.
Okay.
You know. So this is the Carly dress. She's also wearing a Carly dress.
Yes. And the thing is, we get to meet the owners.
Yes.
When we went on our cruises, whenever you go to the conventions or whatever.
We have a lot of social events.
Yes.
We get to meet them. You know what I mean? Usually you never get to meet the owner of a company.
Yeah. You know? That's so amazing.
Yeah, how many people work for Microsoft and have never been in the same vicinity as Bill Gates, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know, I've met them several times and shaken their hands and everything like that. Now, whether they could pick me out of a lineup, I don't know, but they make you feel special, and I think that's what matters.
That's amazing. So who gets on the cruise? The one that was able to meet the highest goal, like for a season or
for a whole year?
You have
to sell some.
It's like 6 out of 12 months.
Oh wow! That's amazing.
They have to do 12,000 in sales at least.
Oh wow, that's oh my gosh, that's really amazing.
And who gets to go on a cruise for free?
And that's the thing. You
get to go to another country. Who gets to do that?
Oh, wow.
And a week cruise, not a weekend. A week.
Yeah, a week cruise.
Yeah, it was 7-day cruises. Yeah, and that's what was wonderful is my mother had always wanted to go on a cruise.
Yes.
And I was never able to provide that for her, but through Lula and me working hard and taking care of my customers and my teammates and things like that, you know, I was able to provide that for her, you know, which was really, really special, I think, for both of us. Her first cruise, she had never even been in any other countries at all. And, you know.
And then we went on the second cruise, which was such a better cruise line.
Oh my God.
You think Carnival was a great cruise line. Royal Caribbean was even better.
Amazing, yeah.
They had trees.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they had a garden and everything.
Oh my god.
Really
was that inside of the atrium or was it outside?
Oh my god, it was so amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
Well, what type of room did they give you?
Just a regular room.
Just a regular room.
We had a balcony.
Oh, yeah.
And just sit out there at night and listen to the ocean. And to sit there when they're pulling into port and you can see another country. It's just mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the stuff we got to do on the cruise.
Yes.
Never in my wildest dream would I think I was going to do that. Never.
That's amazing, yeah.
You know, we went swimming in a cave, and I was
like, oh my gosh, wow.
I was like, no way am I going to do this. I kind of like.
She was scared and almost chickened out, and I made her do it. Because
and then the whole time when we were there, I'm like, I'm doing this. And it's so incredible.
She was so proud of herself.
I was so proud of myself for doing that because fear gets in your way of so many things. And you're not going to die. You're just going to be in pain if something happens.
Yeah.
But fear stops you from so many things.
Oh my goodness! You know? Now you're wanting me to jump on the Lula Road bandwagon.
Join my team.
This is so. And where did the cruise take you? Which countries?
Well, we always started Miami. She's going to have to tell you because I can't remember.
We went to the first one. We went to Belize.
Oh wow!
Cozumel and Grand Cayman.
Oh, the Cayman Islands. Ooh.
So amazing.
I've heard a lot of things about that. That's where the.
You know what I loved about the Cayman Islands was
chickens walking around.
There was wild chickens, but they also had luxury shopping. So there was a Cartier.
Yeah.
With like a wild hen and rooster in front of it, and you're like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't see that like on the strip, right?
Yeah.
Like just and it was nice and unique and just a really, really cool place.
So is Cayman Islands like Rodeo Drive and Park Avenue? Is that
parts of it is? Yeah.
Parts of it is, yeah. Because I know that a lot of wealthy people who want to remain anonymous, that's what they use for their bank
Isn't that where we swam with the stingrays?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
okay,
my gosh.
so this was incredible. They take you out in this boat for like a half an hour, and then they want you to get off because there's a sandbar there. Okay, and I got off, and then in my head I'm thinking, God, this sandbar is going to disappear. Like, how does this stay a sandbar?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Fear gets in your head. Yes. But yeah, we played with the stingrays. Mm-hmm. It was an amazing. Just the whole thing was amazing.
Oh
just
my gosh.
Amazing.
Wow, that's now I know that you ladies also well, not you ladies, but Lula also produces menswear.
We do. We have a couple of men's items. I particularly don't stock them very much, but I do buy them for my uncle or and stuff like that. So it's mostly because so many women have quit their full-time jobs and then and then been successful in the company, and then their husband decides to quit his full-time job, which is crazy. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But it works.
Yes.
And it works for them, and they're able to stay at home and raise their family and make a living selling clothes. So it's to give them something to wear that's also branded.
Wow, that's so amazing.
And they sell children's clothes too.
I noticed that they have children's clothes and very colorful and whimsical as well. Mm-hmm. And then the men's line, is it called Lula or Michael something?
Like all the styles have family members' names.
Oh, okay.
So there's a button-up shirt called the Michael. There's a T-shirt called the Patrick. And
oh my goodness!
And then we have the Randy.
Yeah,
the Randy. I love that.
Randy was actually named after our first male consultant.
Oh.
So that was pretty cool. So it was not a family member, but special nonetheless.
So if one desires to be a consultant of LuLaRoe, that person could sell the men's and women's fashion.
Yeah. They could sell just men's. They could sell just kids. They could sell just like women's. They could.
You pick what you want to sell.
They could sell just leggings if they wanted to. Okay. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, you pick what you want to sell.
Mm-hmm. And can they sell everything, or that's not?
Yeah, you can sell everything, but
there's a lot of room.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of room.
There's a lot. I would say anyone that's entering the business at this point, I would advise carrying more of a few things than a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. So how much does one need in order to invest in a showroom in their home?
So the onboarding packages are a little bit different now. Mm-hmm. I think you only have to order like 3 different styles. Okay. I believe. I don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But anyone that wants that information can email me at lularoserena@gmail. But it's just 3 styles and that you get to pick, and you can always supplement and add on and things like that. The way that the business is evolving is that maybe you order a box of this item that you don't carry.
Yes.
For a short time, and you can sell it, and then and then bring it back, and in moving different styles in and out and stuff like that.
Oh my goodness!
So your customers always have a unique experience.
Oh wow, that is so amazing! Well, thank you for gracing my show. It's really been fun.
No, thank you for having us. Thank you for chatting with us at church.
It was a divine appointment. That's all I can say.
It was. It was very good.
Oh my goodness! Wow, I didn't even know who to guest today, and I was like, boom, and in comes these 2 fashionable women. Strike a pose, Vogue. Amazing, and oh my goodness, it's really wow. I'm speechless right now.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, but yeah, I would really love to promote this, Lula Row, and this is going worldwide because we are watched around the world.
Oh.
This is what's amazing about social media. You're not just confined to your city or your country. It's global.
That is incredible.
Hello, world. Hello,
Hello, Belize.
Hello,
Cayman Islands. Yeah. Send me a ticket. I'll be right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Anywhere in Mexico, I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
I love Mexico
Los Cabos.
I love Mexico so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mexican food. Times in Mexico because our second cruise we went back to Cozumel.
Oh my gosh.
So that was really fun too.
So thank you very much, Serena and Jenny Lynn, and Lula Road to you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, and remember, like what I always say, your best fashion accessory is your self-confidence.
That is very
true.
That is true.
Chowder.